GK Kids.
Meera and the Magical Fish. A long time ago, in a beautiful village nestled among the mountains and forests of India, lived a sweet little girl named Meera. This village was quiet and filled with natural beauty. The people there worked hard in their fields to make a living, starting each day with the golden rays of the sun. The village was surrounded by greenery, lush fields, and at its heart was a large pond that served as a lifeline for everyone. This pond provided water for the villagers, quenched the thirst of animals, and was the source for irrigating their fields. But over the years, the villagers had stopped caring for the pond. People began throwing trash along its banks, and gradually, the pond became polluted. Fish began to die, and the water level dropped so low that it was close to drying up. The villagers were worried, but no one seemed to be thinking seriously about finding a solution. Meera, only 8 years old, had a big heart. She loved the village pond dearly. She would often sit by its edge, play with her friends, listen to the birds, and dream in the shade of the trees. For her, the pond wasn't just a water source but a dear friend. She loved watching the fish swim and would talk to them as if they could understand her. She would even sit by the pond and read stories to them. But now, seeing the pond drying up made Meera feel sad. Seeing the dirty, drying pond made Meera's heart ache. She felt that if the pond completely dried up, her village and its greenery would vanish. She tried talking to her parents about it many times, but they didn't take her seriously. "These are natural things, Meera," her father would say. "We can't do anything about it. It just happens over time." But Meera's heart couldn't accept this. She believed that there must be something that could restore the pond. One day, Meera was sitting alone by the pond, lost in her thoughts. Dark clouds covered the sky, and it looked like it was about to rain. Suddenly, she saw something shining in the pond. At first, she thought it was her imagination, but then she noticed a strange movement in the water. Slowly, from the center of the pond, emerged a glowing fish. Its scales shimmered with golden and rainbow colors, and its eyes held a deep, mysterious gleam. The fish's tail was long and delicate, and its scales sparkled like rays of sunlight. Meera was amazed to see the fish. This was no ordinary fish, it was something special. Just then, the fish looked at Meera and smiled, saying, "Hello, dear child. I've been watching you for days. You care deeply about the pond." Surprised, Meera asked, "You can speak? Who are you?" The fish smiled and replied, "I am a magical fish, the guardian of this pond. I have lived here for many years. When the pond was clean and beautiful, I was very happy. But now, as the pond becomes dirty and dries up, my life is also becoming harder. If you help me, I will grant you one wish." Meera asked in astonishment, "You can really grant me a wish?" The fish nodded, "Yes, but first, you and the villagers must clean the pond. If you all work together to clean it, I will use my magic to fill it with abundant water forever. And I will grant you one wish too." Excited, Meera promised the fish that she would do something to clean the pond. The next day, she went to speak to the elders of the village. First, she talked to her parents. She told them about the fish, but they thought it was just a story and didn't pay much attention. Meera didn't give up. She went to the village chief. The chief was a wise and responsible man. When Meera told him everything, he didn't believe it at first. But seeing her sincerity and determination, he agreed to listen. The chief gathered the villagers and shared Meera's story with everyone. Some people laughed and said, "It's just a child's imagination." But others, seeing the state of the pond, said, "Whether it's a story or the truth, if we clean the pond, it won't harm us. It'll only benefit us all." Following Meera's plea, the villagers began cleaning the pond. Children, the elderly, women, everyone worked together to remove the trash around the pond. Some people began the tough job of removing the polluted water from the pond. Women also came forward to help, cleaning the dirt from the banks of the pond. Gradually, the pond started to look better. It wasn't easy, but the villagers worked hard in unity. After several weeks of effort, the pond began to regain its former beauty. The water sparkled again, and fish swam happily once more. The villagers were amazed that their hard work had paid off. Cleaning the pond not only restored their water source but also brought the villagers closer together. One night, when the pond was fully cleaned, the fish called Meera again. The glowing fish emerged from the center of the pond, looking even brighter, and a look of satisfaction filled its eyes. It said to Meera, "You and the villagers have given life back to this pond. Now I will fulfill my promise. It's time for your wish. Tell me, what do you desire?" Meera thought for a moment. Many ideas came to her mind. She could ask for something for herself. But she thought of her village instead. She said, "I want the people of my village to always be happy and for no one to ever go hungry." The fish smiled at Meera's noble wish. "Your wish is truly kind-hearted. I will grant it. This pond's water will never dry up again and will always meet your village's needs. Your village will flourish and remain happy." After Meera's wish was granted, many changes came to the village. The pond water became pure and sweet again, and crops flourished in the fields.